Hey, hey, hey. Okay, no, it's not Fat Albert. God, that just reminded me of Fat Albert. I'm sorry. But welcome to the Popcorn and Tequila podcast. I'm Shay, editor in chief of popcornandtequila.com, the entertainment site for millennial movie and TV show lovers of color, where I write about the latest, you guessed it, movies and TV shows. It's my job to tell you what's good, what sucks, and everything in between. So if you're not already following me on social, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all the others at Shay Wiley. With that said, why y'all out here acting surprised that white critics and sites are ignoring black TV shows? Y'all want to explain? Anybody want to raise their hand and explain to me why y'all are acting like y'all are surprised that this is happening in 2021? Mm. If you don't know what I'm talking about, a few days ago, someone tweeted a photo that reads as Raising Canaan's first season ends and BMF's begins. I feel compelled to point out that other than the New York Post and New York Magazine, not a single mainstream media publication has reviewed either series. Not the New York Times, the Washington Post, the LA Times, across the country. Not even trade publications like the Hollywood Reporter and Variety. And to be clear, I'm not asking for positive reviews. If you don't like the show, shit all over it. That's fine. But to ignore them altogether is to say that these stories, this work, these actors, this audience doesn't matter. And that, we all know what that is. I guess they wanted to say, and that's racist. I'm also confused on why y'all are so scared to like say these things out loud. It's racist. Just say it's racist. Call them out. If we're gonna call them out, call them out. But at this point, I'm just like, are y'all serious? Are y'all serious right now? It's 2021. Are we serious right now? Okay, let me rewind. Yes to calling these sites out, right? Yes to pushing for better. But when the hell are we gonna stop begging folks to support us? I'm serious right now. We gotta beg for them to include black actors, right? We gotta beg for them to include black people on set, period. We gotta beg for them to give black directors a chance. We gotta beg for them to give black content a chance. We gotta beg for them to make black movies and TV shows. We gotta beg for them to cover and review said movies and TV shows. When the hell we gonna stop begging these people? Did y'all parents ain't teach y'all not to beg, folks? Cause I'm Caribbean and we were taught not to beg. We were taught not to ask, period. So you don't go around asking people for things, right? And that's a whole different story, y'all. But like, when are we gonna stop begging these folks? And miss me with the whole fake ass confusion, right? Miss me with the confusion that these sites haven't covered these shows. They're white sites. The people in charge of these sites are white. No duh. Uh, hello, like I'm so confused. How are you confused? Because it's 2021 and they're supposed to be like so advanced? Like, no. Did y'all not see what y'all so-called um the wannabe president the other day? The other day, like it wasn't a few years ago. Was it a few years ago? When was Trump even president anymore? Jeez, I don't know. I like lost that memory somewhere. But y'all didn't see how he was acting and how everybody was acting after that? Like, are we still trying to pretend like we don't know this is a thing? Yes, it should be better, but I mean, it's not, right? And so, what you want us to do, beg? You want us to beg, right? And I'm not about that life. Like, these people only review certain shows, certain movies when they blow up. And it's happening right now. Have y'all seen the talk about Squid Game? When was the last time y'all saw an Asian show and movie being talked about everywhere? Everywhere. Like Squid Game right now. When? Really? Really does that ever happen? Only that happened when, people deem it good enough for mainstream. When it blows up, when there's something they can spin into making it blow up and use that as a way to get views for themselves, that's when everyone want a dick ride, right? So I'm sorry. Can y'all stop waiting for these sites to cover us and flock to the sites that do? Shadow and Act writes about black shows and movies all the damn time. So do I. That's the whole reason I focus on black content and people of color leads. That is the whole reason for Popcorn and Tequila. And I know we can't blame ignorance, so I'm going to make a list of dope sites and black critics who cover black movies and TV shows for y'all. And I will pull it up on the site on popcornandtequila.com. Maybe I'll do a podcast episode about them and shout them out. Maybe I'll have some of them jump on the podcast and talk to y'all and let y'all know we here. You feel me? We here. But yeah, what we not gonna do? What we not gonna do? I'm sound like a broken record today. What we not gonna do is keep begging folks for the same ounce of respect. Like at this point, it's no longer respect because you don't beg for respect. It is given. It is given when the respect is there and people think you deserve the respect. It is given. You don't get to beg for it and have it handed to you. So if it's not being given to you, that is a different problem that we need to tackle. And that does not get tackled by begging for things. So yeah, I get it. I get calling folks out. But like they know they ain't do it. You think calling them out is gonna, I don't know, like is calling them out gonna make them change it? Are they gonna go back and watch P Valley now? Cause forget review it. They ain't even watch it. Let's talk about that. They ain't even watch it yet. That's a whole, and that's another thing. Like they aren't even watching these shows. How they gonna review them? I really just want us to like move forward and stop trying to force white people to support us and go where we're already supported. You know what I mean? Like I really want that for us. When I say us, I mean the black community. I mean all of us. I mean in every aspect. Like I really want us to stop doing this. Cause like I'm not gonna lie, I used to watch certain things and I'd be like, oh, this is trash. Where the black people at? And now I don't even bother. I will skim your cast list on Google before I even bother to check out the movie. And one person of color at this point isn't enough. One person of color is not enough. When we go into a town and you see only one person of color in this town, I am exiting. I am clicking the X button on my website because I'm probably watching it on my computer. I am turning my damn TV off because I am not watching this. Because it is 2021 and there is no excuse for y'all to keep doing this. Stop supporting if you don't want them to continue. Because honestly, if folks stopped visiting the sites that we are now complaining about because they aren't covering black shows and TV shows, you know what would happen if we stopped viewing these sites and we actually clicked on links for sites that do these already, that already cover these kinds of films? Those black sites that we are overlooking and downplaying as smaller outlets would grow. They would grow into big outlets. And then the excuse of, but those sites are major outlets and they're needed for these shows to do well, no longer exists. Um, so last year I got to cover the Sundance Film Festival. Big blessing. Absolutely love doing that. And I watched Shaka the director of Judas and the Black Messiah, have a talk with Questlove, and so Quest was talking about his film. Shaka was talking about his film. If you don't know, Questlove directed Summer of Soul, which also premiered at Sundance last year, and then Shaka directed Judas and the Black Messiah. And to this day, something that Shaka said still lives in my head rent free, and it bothers the hell out of me. I can't quote him directly, but he said something along the lines of how he's at peace now, or he doesn't need white people to care about what he does, referring to his work in like films and stuff, probably referring to everything in general. But I know for sure he was talking about his work as a director and producing movies and stuff, directing movies and stuff. Sorry, but so he doesn't care. Like he's at the place where he doesn't need white people to care what he does. Right? I don't need you to care. I don't need the validation from you. But what he does need is the money to make it. And that was really hard to hear last year. And every time I think about it, it still kind of makes me upset to listen to a black man say that, yeah, I don't care what you guys think. I do need you though, right? Doesn't matter what you think about my film. I just need you. I need the money though. And like those go hand in hand. Like you can't now you do need them to care because you still need the money. And if they don't care about what you're doing, they're not gonna give you their money, right? So I mean, the world still kind of revolves around black people needing white people for stuff like this. Like this and it bothers the hell out of me. And honestly, this is why. Sorry. Sorry, you guys. If I'm like stopping and stuff, it's because I'm sick. Don't worry. I said it in a previous episode. I'm fine, just a little cold. But this is why so many people justify forcing themselves into rooms they weren't wanted in. And why they pull up seats to tables they weren't invited in. And they justify it as, yeah, you didn't want me here, but I'm here. All right, cool. That's like telling somebody not to come to your house, and they come to your house with your friend, and now you're looking at them like, why are you here? I didn't invite you. And yeah, you're here, and I'm not making a big scene about it, but you're still not wanted, and I'm gonna treat you like you're not wanted. You don't belong, right? It's the same thing. So just because you sitting there don't means you you fit in, that you belong. And I'm not saying that we don't belong in these spaces. I'm saying that we don't belong in these spaces. Cause these spaces ain't made for us. They ain't made for us. We need our own space. And I guess I don't know if it's like with everything that's happened over the last couple of years and with me talking up more about things, like I'm starting to realize like I want our own space. I don't want to be squished into the table amongst people who don't want me here. I want to sit at the table where everyone wants me here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to take money from someone who doesn't want to give it to me or who doesn't believe in what I'm working on. I want you to believe in me. I want you to understand what I'm trying to do. So it's really hard to hear directors still say that in 2021, 2020. That was last year, right? And I personally began writing for myself because I knew I could do this on my own. But it's harder that way. I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely harder. Like instead of taking an internship at like a magazine a few years ago at a major site, which probably would have propelled me so much further along quicker, I decided to start my own site and do it on my terms and do it by myself. And I will say, like, the site is doing pretty well. You know what I'm saying? Like, not to brag or anything, but the site is doing pretty well for someone who's a single mom who's doing this by herself. Like literally is doing everything by herself. So I get it. I get not wanting, like, I get not having to care about people, but still needing the money. And that sucks that we still, like, still in 2021, we still need their funds. We still need those funds to do our projects. That is crazy. And I'm over it. So I'm also over wanting white people to cover our shit. I don't even read reviews from certain people anymore. Half the time, they don't even get what they watching on the screen. To be honest, let's be honest. They don't even get what they watching. I'm not above listening to my friends though. You know what I mean? Like I'm not above listening to my friends and their thoughts or other critics. And yes, I know white critics and I have white friends. La, 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 la. Yeah, right. I'm not above listening to them and their thoughts. But at the same time, I'm not going around and begging anyone to support us either. And I'm not about to shove this in your face like, hey, you need to read this. Tell me your thoughts. It's either you wanted to read it or you wanted to watch this thing and let me know how you feel after or pass on it. But that's on you. So, yeah, I don't know. If you agree, you agree. If you don't, you don't. I get it. Either way, I want to hear your thoughts. So send me a message, a carrier pigeon, an owl, tweet me, slide into my DMs, flare up the smoke signals, signal the plane, whatever you got to do to get your message across and tell me what you think. Okay? Because I need to know what you think about this. And like, is this begging? Because at this point, I feel like it's begging, right? Like, we've been saying this for years now. Come on. Let's be serious. Let's not pretend like we're confused here. At this point, it feels like we're begging, and I don't do begging. I'm sorry. Maybe that makes me privileged, and in a way it does. But what we're not about to do is beg, right? So yeah, make sure you also listen to episode 4, because in episode 4, I'm gonna discuss all the black shows and movies you should have already seen that recently came out. Don't worry, I'm not going back to the 90s or anything. That recently came out in like the last couple of years, right? That you should have seen that are absolutely positively dope. P Valley being one of them, right? And then I'm going to tell you guys what's coming up next this month and also later this year, and probably what's coming up in the next couple of years that we should be keeping on our radar, right? But yeah, and then I'll get you guys that list of black sites and black critics soon. But until then, I'm not gonna harp on this anymore. I'm out. Um, have a good day, you guys.